The New York Jets in Houston unveiling their new rookie quarterback with Joe Willie in
there he is.
He's
the man.
Look, Joe Willie. And Joe Willie went up to Mark Sanchez before, gave him a pep talk, and it appeared to work, to say the least. Mark Sanchez was on point, and on point on third downs specifically, converting to Chancey Stuckey on 3rd and 10 on the second possession. 8 plays later, Sanchez over the middle to Jericho Cotchery on 2nd and 9. A 17-play drive matches the Jets' longest of all of last season, and that was in the first quarter of Mark Sanchez's first game as a professional quarterback.
Matriculated the ball down the field.
That just led to 3 points, however. Here's Matt Schaub and the Texans. Dumps it off to Steve Slayton, and he is off to the races until... boom! There's a big man with football!
Get him! And the thing that Rex Ryan defense is they get to the football. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hats around the football.
Steve Slayton is upset as Mike DeVito, clearly no relation to Danny, made that fumble recovery. The ensuing possession, wide open, Chancey Stuckey, and that is the first touchdown pass of Mark Sanchez's career. 10-0. Jets on top at the half. What happened here?
Well, it's a full blitz. You see safeties up, and all of a sudden, Mark Sanchez goes back, and he sees a busted coverage. One guy's playing zone, and sometimes these are hard to hit because you got to be careful. He's so wide open, but he'll take it. Easy touchdown for Mark Sanchez and the Jets.
And Joe Willie loves it. Third quarter, Jets opening possession of it. 3rd and 2 from their own 36, moving the chain. Sanchez to Jericho Cotchery, and then on defense, I mean, Rex Ryan, there was a rumor that David Harris would be available. He was doing very well. Leon Washington running the Seminole offense.
Not the Wildcat, but the Seminole?
The Seminole, well, because he is one, just like you, Prod. I think the rest that to the one. Now, as for David Harris, and there was a rumor that the Broncos wanted him in the Brandon Marshall trade. He showed exactly why the Jets would give up on him. He was all over the map on this day. Absolutely all over the map on the day. He had an excellent contest. Jets back at it, 2nd and 15 in a 17-0 game. Thomas Jones capped off that Seminole package moment, but there was Sanchez's first pick of the day.
Sooner or later, you're going to make a mistake. You get comfortable and say, I can get it in there, and he'd like to have that one back.
Dominic Barber's the one who picked up the fumble from John Bussing, who created the turnover to begin with the pick. And suddenly, the Texans are back in the game. It's 17-7 in the fourth quarter, but the ensuing possession for the Jets, Sanchez to Dustin Keller on 3rd and 3.
That's the way to get out the jam. He used an outside release, but still was able to get on the inside of the defender.
Next play, Thomas Jones through the line, and he's gone.
Yeah, big day for Thomas Jones with a couple of touchdowns. They had 107 yards rushing.
190-38. The Jets outrushed the Texans, whose fans were bumming, while the Jets were absolutely loving. What a way for them to start the season 24-7. Certainly with the Patriots next week at home. Rex Ryan getting that Gatorade bath. Coach him up on Sanchez, Steve.
What a start for this guy. Take a look at this. I like the way they used him now. He goes back and he sits down at 5 steps and he feels and sees Mario Williams, but instead of pushing up or escaping, he backpedals a little bit. I've never seen this before. A little fadeaway jump shot. And to Jericho Cotchery for a completion. And he says, hey, look at this. I can do this thing. This throw stuff. I learned this in high school from my coach, Bob Johnson, at Mission Viejo. Okay, next time he's going to go back in the pocket here. He sees the full blitz. We just showed you this. Now, safeties are up. He knows it's cover 0. And all of a sudden, he's got a wide open. Sometimes these are the hardest throws to make because you don't want to be too careful with the throw. Again, he'll see pressure. Eyes are downfield. He'll feel the contained rush. He'll move up in the pocket and escape to the right. Now, this is a rookie mistake. Mark, if you're watching, I know you are. You can't run to the right and go all the way across the field, across the green. Yeah, you completed this one, but this is not going to happen good for you anytime soon because you got to be careful. You just run right. You just stay on the right side. That's a kind of a dangerous throw, Mark. But you know what? He's 18 out of 31, 272 yards. What a great start from the kid from USC, Brian.
All right, here we go. Texans, Titans. Andre Johnson held to 35 yards last week. Chris Johnson held to 57 yards last week. Neither would be held down this day. 3rd and 19. Here comes Chris Johnson on the opening possession.
Speed kills.
57 yards. Texans next possession. They've got a Johnson of their own, and his name is Andre.
Flatten up, Coach Mariucci.
Nice, right now. Great location, catch it, good concentration in the corner.
I want to see that again. This is great. Chris Johnson, Andre Johnson. In the booth is Gus Johnson. Everybody's named Johnson. It's like that scene from Blazing Saddles. That's Chris Johnson. That's nobody covering Chris Johnson.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't want to cover the fastest man in the NFL. We're going to just let him run a sprint down the sideline so the fans can enjoy his speed.
14-7. Titans are up.
What is that? I got to call my kids. I'm losing track of the guys.
Titans next drive. 7th play. What in the world is somebody not named Johnson doing in this highlight? That's Nate Washington. We're calling him Nate Johnson now.
Good touch on the ball from Kerry Collins over the top of the defender for the touchdown.
Titans next possession. Kerry Collins. Oh, pardon me. This is up top now. Andre Johnson. 72 yards.
The play action pass makes the safeties bite a little bit. He gets on top of everybody.
So, how do you not cover this guy?
How can you not cover? Cornerbacks looking in the backfield, safeties looking in the backfield as well. And you know this guy can get deep with the best of them.
Titans next possession. Kerry Collins in a game they're leading 21-14 is picked by Eugene Wilson. Giving the Texans the ball on the plus side of the field, inside the 30 to be exact. 2 plays later. Matt Schaub to Jacoby Jones to tie the game at 21, but Jeff Fisher throws a challenge flag because you see the ball come loose in the end zone, as we learned very well in the game of the Raiders last week. Even when you go to the ground in the end zone, you must complete the catch, but he is ruled down there with his left foot rather than being flung over Cortland Finnegan in the end zone.
That's a good challenge. You might as well give it a try. You never know which way it's going to go around here.
So after further review, it is a game-tying touchdown, 3rd quarter. We go. Tied at 24. Here's Chris Johnson. He is gone, and there's nothing they can do about it. 91 yards, 284 total yards for a one-man wrecking crew. 3 touchdowns as well. 2 Texans possessions later. 31-24. Matt Schaub looking for his Johnson. I'm talking about Andre. That's a flag.
Good man.
Oh, boy.
So it's now an automatic first down from the 1. And here's Owen Daniels.
Nice play action fake. He rolled over the ball. Stick it in there on the
Tied at 31. Last play of the 3rd quarter. It's a punt. Jacoby Jones calls for a fair catch. Jason McCourty's the one who catches it. And even though it looks like a muff punt, Jeff Fisher's beside himself because Jacoby Jones calls for a fair catch. He has every right to catch it even after bobbling it. Had McCourty let the ball drop, it would have been the Titans' ball.
Who's supposed to know that rule?
That's something that doesn't come up very often.
And so the Texans still maintain possession, again, because the ball didn't drop and Jones had called for a fair catch. Tied at 31. 2 possessions later for the Texans. Keith Bullock takes down Steve Slayton. And suddenly on the sideline, we're playing the feud!
It's on.
We're playing the feud! There's a flag.
5,000, 10,000.
And Jason Jones gets the gate.
Through the penalty box.
He threw a punch, and he's rallying the crowd.
The heck of a
tossed
fine.
out of a game, a
heck
close
of a
game.
fine next week.
Matt Schaub, next Texans possession to Jacoby Jones. Either you're named Jones or you're named Johnson to be in this highlight. I want everyone else out of the highlight.
Don't forget Washington.
That led to a field goal. Texans are up by 3. Collins drops the ball. And that's the way the Titans fall to 0-2 at home.
Jags and the Texans. It's been a rough go so far for Maurice Jones-Drew and the Jaguars, trying to avoid that 0-3 start. Be the first since Jack Del Rio's first season back in 2003. Matt Schaub coming up a 4-touchdown pass performance, and he picks up right where he left off. Jacoby Jones.
That's his mama. That's his mama, yo.
Yes. That's good stuff.
Mama now.
All right, 2nd quarter here. David Garrard on the play fake. Says, you know what?
Go get it.
He should. He's
Take it myself.
Big man.
Jags on top, 10-7. All right, here come the Texans. It's Schaub to Andre Johnson.
There's a big man.
He stays open.
To the Jags, 12. Johnson, 4 catches for 86 yards. But they get Kevin Walter back, and Kevin Walter extends.
I like this kid. He runs good routes. He runs inside, outside. He can get deep on your possession guy. He gives you the total package as a receiver.
So the Texans doing it on offense, but they can't shut anybody down defensively.
Hercules. Look at him go.
Maurice Jones-Drew, 61 yards.
What's he going to do? What is he going to do?
Jaguars on top 17-14.
Touchdown.
And Gary Kubiak shaking his head. It's shot to Daniels for a 2-yard touchdown. So the Texans right back, like we said, offensively, they can get it done. 21-17. Third quarter now. Here come the Jags. Garrard to Mike Sims Walker.
Wide open.
28 yards to the Texans 19. And Jones-Drew
From De La Salle High School. Look at him.
Don't do it.
gets in for his second touchdown of the day. Fourth quarter, game tied at 24, 4th and 1. And Jack Del Rio says, we're giving it to the little guy. 4 yards, and Del Rio says, that's what I'm talking about. First and goal from the 8th, 10th play of the drive. Why not? The kid's been on fire all day. Maurice Jones-Drew, 119 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. Jaguars on top 21, 31-24. It's Garrard to Sims Walker. Stripped by Dante Robinson. And Zach Dials is there. Sims Walker, not at all pleased. Did his job to Dreesen.
Nice job working through his progression. Coming back to number 3 for the touchdown.
But there's a penalty on the play.
Oh, boy.
Offensive pass interference.
Let's see it. Let's see
A little
it.
shady.
The crosser gets in the way.
Shady.
You don't have to call that.
It was called on Kevin Walter. I don't know. No touchdown, though. So a couple of plays later, on a 2nd and goal, Walter can't believe it. But they're just a couple of yards away, right? Well, Chris Brown can't hold on to it. And Darryl Smith recovers. Sims Walker, much to his delight.
He's off the hook.
That's right. But Texans are challenged to play. I don't know. It looked like.
He fumbled. That's what it was.
You think, huh?
Yeah, he'll never see the ball again next week down there.
Not a good camera angle.
Put a camera on the goal line.
I
We
don't know.
watched the game, 15 different TVs in here.
Well, the ruling was upheld, so Prime, you are correct. Jaguars hold on for the 31-24 victory.
Tom Cable and the Raiders in Houston, where the Texans really needed this one. Looking forward to drop to 1-3, certainly in that division with the Colts playing the way they are. And Steve Slayton came with his best day of the year. 12-yard gain early on with the Texans up 6-3 in the second quarter. And 2 plays later allow him to set himself up.
Very well blocked play, but when he gets into the secondary, he uses that speed.
It's every week against the Raiders.
32 yards scored, felt like 72. Raiders just could not do anything on offense. This is just a 3 and out to, it's a microcosm, as they say.
This is baseball. They would move them down to the minors.
With relegation or something like that.
Yeah.
It's the 3rd time in a row that the Raiders did not have over 200 yards of offense. They had less than 200 yards of offense. It's the first time in the lush history of the Raiders that's ever happened. As Jamarcus needs to
take the earrings up.
And then safety, as Justin Fargas can't get out of the end zone. Texans are up 22-6 in the 3rd quarter now. And the ensuing free kick was an unmitigated disaster for the silver and black as well. Jacoby Jones right up the hash marks.
We only show you these for 2 reasons.
Hey, no boo-boo here.
Yeah, no boo-boo. He's running to his mama.
29-6.
I don't know what he does in the end zone. But
What is that?
I don't know, but it don't look child-friendly.
It does not look. It was not even fitting for Cable, Tom, or any sort of Cable. 29-6 as the indignities were piled on Jamarcus Russell and the Raiders.
Take out the earrings, man.
Kurt Warner with a 300-yard game would smash the record for fastest quarterback to 50 career 300-yard games. And he darn near did it in the first half.
Smashed it.
Against Houston. Anquan Boldin, 20 yards, the first play from scrimmage. And then Tim Hightower took over from there.
This is important for these guys to start running the football.
They got to run the football, coach.
Tough 11-yard run. 4 plays later at the Houston 15, Warner to Hightower down to the 3-yard line. And 2 plays later, it's Hightower.
Bang it in there.
Star of Police Academy and this one drive.
Good drive.
7-0 Cardinals. And Warner all sorts of crazy, stupid action from him in the first half. Larry Fitzgerald,
Nice footwork.
4 possessions later, puts the Cardinals up 14-0. 52 ticks left in the half. More than enough time for Warner to get some more action in. He was 20 of 23 for 262 yards in the first half.
He can do that to you. You give him time in the pocket, he will just tear you
We
up.
saw that in Jacksonville earlier this year. Anquan Bolden, 12-yard gain, then 27 ticks left in the half. Here's Fitzgerald, another touchdown.
Nice route. Nice.
Look easy.
And that is a 21-0 lead on Houston in Arizona. So wrap it up, right?
You would think.
Turn it on home, right? Well,
Keep the pedal to the metal.
Matt Schaub wasn't thinking that. Andre Johnson, 19-yard grab.
It's a man.
5 plays later, 3rd and 1 in the Arizona 20. Schaub is sneaking. Chris Brown eventually capped off the drive, 21-7. That's the score in the 4th quarter. Schaub to Steve Slayton. And Slayton, look at this move.
Nice
Right
move.
He's good on the space. He's fast. He's quick. He can do it all.
23-yard gain. 5 plays later, Schaub to Andre Johnson in the end zone.
This guy's a man.
Man with ball.
Man with ball. 21-14 is your score. 3rd play of the Cardinals ensuing possession. Kurt Warner, look out. Mario Williams is coming at you. Turnover. Well, they have to punt it away. Cardinals manage only 1 first down in the 3rd quarter, so the Texans adjusted. And here comes Schaub to Owen Daniels, first down.
That Schaub completes 35 passes. He's pretty darn dangerous in that pocket, too.
5 plays later, this is Andre Johnson.
Man with ball.
That is a highlight film.
8 receptions, 101 yards on the day for Johnson, who ties the game at 21. That's your score when Schaub is picked.
No, you can't throw that out late, especially to one of my sheep.
Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie high-stepping in the end zone. A pick 6 puts the Cardinals on top. Schaub needs to get the game-tying touchdown before the game ends. Less than a minute to go now inside the 10-yard line at the 1. It's a 3rd and goal. Joel Dreesen's wide open.
Go!
Oh, he can't get
High
his
throw.
feet down.
How can Andre Johnson not be in the game?
That's a goal line muscle. Got all the tight ends in here.
Andre
It's a
Johnson,
game of
coach.
inches.
So what do you call on 4th and goal?
You need to call Andre Johnson.
Slam it
That's
up
one
in
thing.
there.
Slam it up in there. Ain't nothing to slam with.
Chris Brown rejected.
Push the pile.
Rejected on 4th and goal, and that's the way Darnell Dockett and the Cardinals defense holds on for dear life to beat the very game Texans 28-21. The Texans at the Cincinnati Bengals. Matt Schaub and Carson Palmer matching wins. First quarter, 2nd possession of the game, Schaub to Owen Daniels. This was a nifty drive for the Texans.
Well, their tight end's pretty good.
An 11-play drive.
This quarterback's pretty good, too.
Schaub
He's
to
on fire.
Owen Daniels.
He can make all the throws.
And even worse news for the Bengals to add injury to that insult. 11-play drive thrown on him. Antoine Odom, torn Achilles heel.
Leading the league in sacks. This is going to hurt.
A tough loss on that defensive line for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Praying for you, big fella.
Ensuing possession for the Bengals. From their own 30s, it's Cedric Benson
Running for money.
popping through. And he is running for money, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's running well.
10-yard touchdown from the leading rusher coming into week number 6. Matt Schaub to Andre Johnson, who had 135 yards.
That's a man amongst boys, week in and week out.
7 plays later, Steve Slayton on the screen.
Put the halfbacks out here like a wide receiver. He's a versatile guy.
Out the gate, Texans up by a score, 14-7. A minute 35 left in the half. Carson, Ocho,
Cinco, first time this season. He gets deep.
50 yards on the play, his first 100-yard receiving.
Told me he's going to do that this week.
5 receptions, 103 yards. Well, he probably did it because he helped sell the game out.
One-on-one, he's going to kill it.
2 plays later, it's Palmer to Lavernius Coles, toe tapping in the back of the end zone. And the Bengals got the ball back before the end of the half and added a field goal. They're up 17-14. 3rd quarter, opening possession of that quarter for the Texans. Kevin Walter gain of 13. Schaub. Next play. Has all sorts of time. Finds Jacoby Jones, and please, somebody explain this to me. It needs explanation.
I got to call my son. He didn't call me back. Yeah.
Can't say that I can help you on that
What
one.
was that? You can't even help me on that, Steve?
Not at all.
Maybe it was the Fox truck. 2 possessions later for the Texans. Steve Slayton, nice gain again. 2 yards receiving. 2 plays later, 8th play of the drive. Owen Daniels, one-handed.
Yeah, that's a great catch. He's got some weapons now with Owen Daniels and Andre Johnson and Steve Slayton. They're loaded on offense.
78 yards receiving for Daniels, 392 yards passing, and 4 touchdowns for Schaub. But these are the Bengals, right? They make comebacks, they win, 2 minutes to
That's
go.
what they
less
do.
Than that. Not on this day. Brian Cushing, the rookie. Oh, USC on USC violence right there. Yep. Dana Carvey and Will Ferrell at the game in Houston.
You know you're rich when
Dana
you
Carvey is a 49er
When you have on
fan.
a blazer that don't match anything, you're rich.
Crabtree gets his first career start.
Those blazers
Dion.
didn't match anything.
Crabtree! No, but it was Matt Schaub to Owen Daniels that was working early on in this game.
This kid should be mentioned with the top tight ends in the game.
He
He's that
He might
good.
be a Pro Bowler this year.
7 plays later, Steve Slayton gets in the end zone. 7 yards, 2-yard score, 7-0. Michael Crabtree,
Here he is.
what'd you
Here
think
he
of
is.
him?
Throw him the screen. He's done that a million times in college.
Oh, nice route. You don't need camp for that.
2
Good
receptions,
feet on the
22
sideline.
yards in his first half.
All right, good
His
start.
first 2 catches in
He's
his
the
career.
training camp.
Oh, boy, why are we showing a punt?
Either it's a big play or boo-boo. One of the two.
It's the boo-boo. His battle, replacing the released Allen Rossum. And that is a muffed punt. 2 plays later, Steve Slayton slips out of the backfield,
Make somebody miss.
swings into the end zone. Steve Slayton with his second touchdown, second score
For 6.
for 6. It's 14-0. While battle stews. Texans' next possession, Owen Daniels again.
Their movement game is excellent. Wide open.
16th touchdown pass of the season for Matt Schaub. That still leads the league. 21-0. Houston laying on the Niners at the half, and just like the other Bay Area team, the head coach pulls the starting quarterback.
You blame him?
Sean Hill out, Alex Smith in. Now, during the bye week, to get Michael Crabtree up to speed, Alex Smith stayed in town to throw to Crabtree, and that seemed to pay dividends in this game.
It did. Crab look good, man. Who needs camp?
3 plays later, Alex Smith finds
Smith-
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis is really coming on. He had a dynamite day today, but so did Alex Smith.
First touchdown pass since week 8 of the 07 season for Smith, 21-7. Next possession for the Niners, 3rd and 6 from the Texans 40, and there's that Crabtree fella again.
Nice hands, coach. Who needs camp?
Good catch in a crowd.
4 plays later, Alex Smith. There's that Vernon Davis guy in the end zone again.
You saw that route. Moochie dipped him out and came back in.
I like it. Well done.
Texans' next possession, needing to get something going, so why not go to the beast? Andre Johnson, who lands on the ball and comes up spitting blood.
Oh,
And he comes back on the field.
he's a man. That's why.
And the reason why we show this play is because this would be Johnson's last play on the field. He would be helped off. The trainers, some of the medical staff, hit his helmet to prevent him from going out on the field again.
Because he's a man like that.
And he eventually left the game to go to the hospital for x-rays. He is expected to play next week, however.
Hope he's all right.
It's still early in the game for that. But as for this game, it is
was
getting
Crabtree,
late.
by the way.
Crabtree
Smith
moving
to
the chains
Crabtree.
with less than 5 minutes to
Smith
go. Vernon
to
Davis in the end zone again.
They're making this a heck of a ball game.
First tight end in Niners history to have 3 touchdowns in a game.
Even with the great Brent Jones.
24-21. Here comes Slayton, but he doesn't go. He doesn't stay in bounds. He goes out of bounds. Instead of keeping the clock running, it conserves timeouts for the 49ers, who, with $1:54 left in the game, watch the Texans throw it incomplete.
Stops the clock
Not
again.
a smart play call.
So they have 2 timeouts to go with a minute and change left. And Smith finds Isaac Bruce.
Nice catch. Isaac's still running great routes.
But 4 plays later, 4th and 10 from their own 38, Smith tries for Bruce again, and he finds Eugene Wilson instead. And the Texans hold on to win 24-21. The Texans are 4-3, above 500. And you could see it was an interesting day for the Bay Area, as Michael Crabtree now has 1 more reception than Darius Hayward-Bay, and all he needed was 1 game.
You guys wonder why he held out.
Alex Smith had 3 touchdowns in the second half against the Texans, and that's one more than Marcus Russell has had all season.
You wondered why.
Presented by KFC. The final highlights to show you from the Sunday game day. Matt Schaub, one of the hot quarterbacks in the National Football League, leading the league in yards and touchdowns, but he hasn't met the rookie Jairus Byrd, everybody. Where has he come from?
I know his daddy, Gil Byrd.
Gil Byrd was nice.
He's coming off back-to-back games with multiple interceptions, and he bagged Schaub. Next Titans drive, Owen Daniels hurts his knee on the play, and the Houston Chronicles reporting it could be a torn ACL done for the year.
Man, that's one of the best in the game right now.
That's a rough blow right there. Later in the quarter, Schaub stripped. Steve Slayton was stripped by Paul Posluszny. 5th lost fumble of the season, and Slayton would get the bench.
Yes. And his back, Ryan Moats, got in and went off.
Schaub, however, before remotes went off, gets bagged by Darius Byrd.
This kid is
7
solid.
picks on the year.
Third straight. It's his 3rd straight game with 2 interceptions.
Good job,
That
Jairus.
means Hawaii.
That ties an NFL record.
Get the tickets early. It's cheaper.
So, after that pick, the Birdman gives the ball to the Bills. And here's an end around a T.O.
You don't look fast with fresh
He does.
legs, don't
He can run still. Look at him go.
Take that, Joanna Krupa. 7-0.
Now that's how you dunk the goalpost.
Second quarter, Bills are up 7-6. Fred Jackson is back for the kickoff, and this is a good one.
We only show you this for 2 reasons.
71-yard return to the plus side of the field, down to the 34 of the Texans. 7 plays later, Ryan Fitzpatrick looks for T.O. Incomplete.
Defensive play.
Great play. Great defense.
Get out of there.
Go get that.
Bills are up at the half, however, 10-6. They get 3 on the board before the end of the half. Third quarter, it's 10-9 when Schaub begins to connect and connect often. This one, Andre Johnson moving the
Man,
chains.
right there.
18
A
yards.
beast from the youth.
Johnson just bounces off Jairus Byrd.
Yeah.
Big, strong man. Now he's playing hurt with a chest injury.
63 yards receiving.
230-pound receiver.
8 plays later in the fourth quarter, that's when Ryan Moats began to go off.
He's a wrap now. Oh, man. Steve Slayton is saying, man, I want to be like Wally. What's that guy's name? Wally? Yeah, that's who I'm
That's what everybody with Steve Slayton in a fantasy league's thinking, too.
at
Next
this.
Bills possession, Mormon is faking.
What are you doing?
Hands off to Justin Jenkins, who the Texans swarm. And Bobby April, that's not the way he drew that up. 6 plays later, here's that Moats kid again.
Did he think he was going to jump in the middle of the field 10 yards for the first time?
23 rushes, 126 yards, and 3 touchdowns from Moats. Jock Reeves bags Ryan Fitzpatrick there.
Oh, my
As he and T.O. are clearly not on the same page.
Oh, boy.
And that's the way the Texans 8-0. As for the 7-0 Indianapolis Colts, Matt Schaub was leading the league in touchdown passes. Not this guy coming
Man,
in
that's
the
going to
game.
be a heck of a trivia question.
But here's some trivia. Did you know no quarterback has ever passed for 40,000 yards in a single decade?
None?
Not one. Not even Marino.
Until that pass right there from Peyton Manning to Peter Wade. Peter Garcon. Peter Garcon. So, next 12 plays later on the next possession,
You guys put that in.
Peyton Manning, the slip screen adjusted back. 19 completions. Peyton Manning threw 19 times in the first quarter.
19 attempts.
Now, Ryan Moats, just before the end of the first half, he's in the game because Steve Slayton is fumbling too much.
Okay.
But Ryan Moats appears to fumble the ball going in. The refs blow the whistle, give the ball to the Texans at the 2-yard line. The ball's fumbled. It stays in bounds for the Colts to recover on the goal line, which would make it a touchback.
Run the play.
And instead of running the play,
Questionable, it's a challengeable play, so you just run a play.
the Texans let the clock run down to the 2-minute warning. Jim Caldwell and his staff saw it enough times
Smart.
in the commercial break to challenge it. And Gary Kubiak, if he had snapped the ball, you'd have had it still.
True.
But Bernard Pollard bails out the Texans.
Oh, boy.
Picks off Peyton Manning because you thought for sure with 2 minutes to go and timeouts, Manning would just jam it down the Texans' throat as he'd been doing the whole first half. But Pollard picks it off. Chris Brown hits a 52-yard field goal. And they get points before the half, and then suddenly in the second half, here's Jacoby Jones.
He's not just a receiver. He's not just a returner. I'm sorry. He's becoming a receiver.
A 45-yard play, and then a few plays later, here is Steve Slayton in the end zone.
You got to have this guy because, yeah, he fumbled a few times, but you need his production.
Texans on top in Indianapolis in the fourth quarter. Peyton Manning to Dallas Clark, who had 14 receptions.
14?
4 plays later, 8th play of the drive. Joseph Adai gives the Colts the lead back.
Breaks a tackle in the backfield for the touchdown.
But the Texans have the ball with 1:28 seconds to go. On their own 23, Matt Schaub connects to Kevin Walter for 13.
Give him time, he can cut you up.
3 plays later, 48 seconds to go. Walter, again, out of bounds. The Texans do have a timeout left.
Good clock
17
management.
seconds to go. Schaub to Andre Johnson, out of bounds.
Excellent.
14 ticks to go. Schaub to Jacoby Jones. Over the middle, dangerous because they don't have any timeouts left now.
Clock it.
They have to clock it quickly to give Brown a chance. And they get it with just 1 tick to go.
Perfect. Well done.
Again, Brown is hit from over 50 in this game. From 42 yards out for overtime. It's wide left.
Right left.
The Texans had overtime on the foot of Chris Brown. And that's the way the Colts breathe a sigh of relief to improve to 8-0. Their 17th consecutive regular season win, tied for 3rd best in NFL history.
Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. And Chris Johnson, the league's leading rusher. Can he get to the 2,000-yard barrier? Vince Young. Titans have been 3-0 with Vince Young as a starting quarterback. First quarter here, it's Matt Schaub to Andre Johnson. 15 yards down to the Titans 21. 3rd and goal now. Schaub on the shovel pass to Steve Slayton. Slayton's had issues holding on to the football, but he gets in here.
Yeah, not that time. You know he's been working a lot on ball security lately.
7 fumbles this year, 5 lost, but he gets in there. All right, here come the Titans. New wrinkle. An option. Vince Young to Chris Johnson. 17 yards.
And he ran that same option play at the University of Texas in that stadium playing Rice University.
Second quarter now on the fake end around. It's Young to Kenny Britt from Rutgers. Game tied up at 7. A couple of possessions later for the Texans, and it's Matt Schaub to James Casey on a 3rd and 3. 32 yards down to the 19. 3rd and 3 again from the 12. Schaub to Andre Johnson. Great touch pass.
Oh, outstanding pass. Great route by Andre Johnson to create the separation. And Matt Schaub just dropped it right in the bucket.
Texans on top 14-7. Titans, though, coming right back. Chris Johnson. This guy's a football player. That's Brian Cushing. The rookie from USC has been playing great as of late, and Johnson just lays him out, 36 yards.
Strength, speed, vision, and look what's coming right back at you. It's the option, and he's going to keep it. And Vince takes it inside strong.
Lendell White would get in from there to tie the game at 14. 3rd quarter, same score. And the Titans, you can tell.
See, I think that was
this was the plan. For Vince Young to hold on to the football, but he fumbles right there. Bernard Pollard with the recovery. Texans, however, failed to capitalize, so the game was still tied at 17. Tennessee added a field goal. Schaub going deep to Johnson. Why they didn't do more of this, I don't know.
You have to find him a lot. If you've got a play sheet as a play caller, you have a big 80 drawn on it and underlined about 15 times.
49 yards there, and Chris Brown added a field goal, tied at 17. 4th quarter now. Schaub to Steve Slayton. 23 yards down to the 47. 3rd and 10. It's Schaub again. Slayton wide open, but he can't squeeze it. So the Texans forced to punt deep in the 4th quarter. So the Tennessee Titans from their own 6-yard line. Chris Johnson on the handoff. John Biesing called for the horse collar. Not smart play.
And they played it very well. That option was well defended by Houston. But this helps out Tennessee. That's where the gain came, was the penalty. Otherwise, they stacked it up well.
All right, now after a false start on 1st and 15, just give it to Chris Johnson. He had 500 yards in his last 3 games, and Johnson rushed for $151 against the Texans. Great movement.
Look at the vision, Fran. Finding the open spaces throughout that run. Were they on the left? Were they on the right? He found all of them.
3 plays later on a 3rd and 3, Vince Young is going to tuck it down. Can't find anybody. picks up 12 yards. Down to the Texans 40, Eddie George likes what he sees. Rob Baronis from 53 yards away with 52 seconds left, and he knocks it down. So the Tennessee Titans up 20-17. Now Jeff Fisher's defense needs to come up with a stop, but the Texans had 2 timeouts. Schaub to David Anderson, 11 yards to the 49. 1st and 10 now. Schaub to Anderson again, who breaks free. Inside Titans territory, inside the 40. All right, here comes Chris Brown from 49 yards away to tie it and send it to overtime, but it's not even close. So the Titans hold on for the 20-17 victory. Remember, back in Week 9, Chris Brown missed a 42-yarder that would have sent the Texans matchup with the Colts to overtime. Instead, the Colts were victorious, and the Titans are here. Tennessee Titans now are 4-0 with Vince Young as a starting quarterback, and it's another tremendous day for Chris Johnson, 151 yards. Jeff Fisher's club not out of the playoff picture just yet.
Texans have come close many times, but only one cigar ever against Peyton Manning. They're 1-14 entering Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts.
Close only counts.
And the rampaging Peyton Manning. Matt Schaub and the Houston Texans, though, came out clicking. Andre Johnson, 21-yard gain on the opening possession of the game for the Texans.
What they do best. Throw the ball down the field.
And 7 plays later, they complete the 11-play drive with a nifty pass play to Devontae Leach.
Action pass.
11 plays, 79 yards. Texans strike first, then they get the ball back. That Schaub finds Kevin Walker.
I like their movement game. They get him running on the stretch play, and then he comes out clean, and away you go, running the over route.
Then 4 plays later, here comes Chris Brown downhill, but not that Chris Brown.
Not that Chris Brown.
He hit somebody.
Yeah, he's physical.
Texans up 14-0. Second quarter. Can we say that?
Yeah, I guess.
Peyton Manning is hit while he throws. Oh, here comes Brian Cushing.
The rookie from USC. Look at him go.
Pitch it.
Is he the rookie defensive player of the week?
He should be. He's consistent. He play the run as well as pass.
To a field goal by Chris Brown, but not that Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Not even Chris Brown.
I love both of them.
Okay. 17-0. Boom. When the comeback begins, Austin Collie gained 20 yards. 7 plays later, 8 plays drive. Peter Wader.
This guy's not a youngster anymore. He is a guy now. This Pierre Garçon can do it.
He's taking off Le Huggies. That's one-handed catch. Third quarter now. Colts 20-7. They get a nice call here. Let's put it that way.
It's a horrible call. Horrible.
A gift call.
On,
it's a gift call.
Horrible.
I mean, you give the whole length of the field right
show
off
me the pass interference. Where? Stride for stride.
Could even be uncatchable.
Look at the receiver. You can always tell by the receiver's reaction if it should be a penalty.
Wow. This, though, is pass interference 3 plays later in the end zone.
It's face guarding. You got to turn around and try to find the ball.
So the one on Jock Reeves may not have been pass interference.
Turn around, try to find the ball. Don't panic if there's still your arms up.
This one on Glover Quinn is pass interference. That sets things up 3 plays later for Peyton Manning just to stop the madness here and go to Reggie Wayne.
He can throw the fade with the best of them, and then the back shoulder throw. It's all in the same package.
So it's 20-14, a 6-point game. It was a 17-0 Texans lead. It's 20-14 in the fourth quarter. Peyton Manning finds Austin Collie 31 yards.
Rookie from BYU.
3 plays later. 1st and 10 on the Texans 35. Manning pump fakeage to Reggie Wayne. That's a flag on Dante Robinson.
Yeah, now that's pass interference.
Okay. All right.
So they're 2 for 3 is what you're saying. 10 penalties, 129 yards in the day for the Texans. Can't do that against the Colts.
No.
Cannot.
Can't help him out.
2 plays later, 7th play of the drive. Peyton Manning to Dallas Clark. Nice catch on the goal line. And the Colts with 8:28 to go have completed the comeback. It's 21-20. Again, it was 17-0. Now it's 28-20 with Clint Sessions
Stared him all the way down.
coming up with his first career pick 6. Just a mere...
And drop it like it's looking
20
like Kimbo
seconds after
Slice.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
2nd and 20 as the Texans get the ball back. Another defensive play where Robert Mathis reaches out. Raheem Brock recovers. Dwight Freeney didn't play in this game, I should mention. And then it's Chad Simpson dealing the final blow.
You got guys coming out of the woodwork contributing to their success.
The Colts outscored the Texans 35-10 after trailing 17-0 and win by the final score of 35-27 to improve to 11-0. crucial AFC South game as the Jacksonville Jaguars, coming off of a tough loss in San Francisco, trying to beat the team that's been losing tough for the last month. Matt Schaub, tough dislocation. Don't call it a break because that would be a figurative break. He dislocated his left shoulder, non-throwing shoulder. He would leave the game, which means playing in this stadium for the first time. Since he was a Florida Gator. Playing at the world's largest cocktail party against the Georgia Bulldogs is none other than the back of the Houston Texans, Sexy Rexy. Coming off the bench. Second pass coming off the bench, and Rex Grossman is...
Different team, different number, same results.
Anthony Smith on the tip drill there. Schaub goes to the locker room while this game continued. Let's pick things up early second quarter. Nate Hughes, everybody, with his first career touchdown.
Nice throw. Yeah, good ball, good play action. Take pocket Hercules, throw it up over the top.
10-0 Jaguars. That's your score with 7:13 left to go in the half. Third and goal, Garrard to Curtis Wilford.
Nice stop route, coach.
17-0, the home team up top. Schaub would return to this game.
Yeah, Mr. Medicine was in the locker room.
Took an aspirin in this locker room.
This is an aspirin, all right.
Well, you know, Schaub has been accused of being brittle.
Hey, he's showing us some toughness right now.
That's the way you win your teammates.
He was 6 of 6 on his first drive out of the locker room, and he led the team down the field for a touchdown. Chris Brown scoring for the inactive Steve Slayton. 20-9 in this game, and a ball's tipped again, and this is picked by Justin Durant. As Gerald Anderson hits David Anderson, led to a field goal. Jaguars up 23-9. Lots of issues in the red zone for the Texans on this day. How they got in the red zone on this drive was interesting to show you because Andre Johnson with a big play there.
Sooner or later, that guy is going to eat you up.
So 4 plays later, why don't you go to your big man, right, with Matt Schaub? They try halfback to Chris Brown.
Who called that play should be terminated on the spot?
I mean, this is an interesting play call to say the least.
Worked in practice.
Yeah, against your team.
So Matt Schaub comes away with no points in the red zone. 6:19 left in the fourth quarter. 4th and 6, it's go time. Down by 11, and they pick it up. David Anderson, first down. 5 plays later, first and goal from the 1. Who do you go to here? Who do you go to?
Your big time receiver.
Yeah, I like they took him behind the line of scrimmage. That's like
Devin
Thomas.
Is Andre Johnson. They go for 2, try to make it a 1 field goal game. They fail. And the Jaguars get the ball back and trying to run out the clock. And who do they hand it to do that? Pocket Hercules ran out the clock. Maurice Jones-Drew dispatches the Texans, who have lost 4 in a row now, to fall to 5-7. The Jaguars are now 7-5. This is their remaining schedule. They kick off Week 15 on NFL Network. 2 more in a row at home. Dolphins, Colts, and at the Patriots, finishing up at the Browns. The Jaguars are the 6th seed in the AFC. Matt Schaub and the Texans button up the Seattle Seahawks quickly. As the grown man is Andre Johnson, 64 yards to put the Texans up 7-0. Just 16 ticks into the football game.
An aerial circus.
2 possessions later, filling in quite capably for the injured reserve Steve Slayton's Ryan Moats.
Coach, great timing, great action. Set up and blocking with the cutback.
17-0. Andre Johnson wasn't done by a long shot. 23-yard gain. And the very next play, a 17-yard gain that resulted with Johnson in the end zone. 193 yards receiving.
Arguably the best receiver in the league. It's he and maybe 2 other guys.
It's been a very difficult first campaign for Jim Moore in Seattle. Matt Hasselbeck picked by Bernard Pollard, and that is a pick 6.
Hold it up.
70 yards in length. Does he hold it up?
No.
Yeah, he does. Carolina was eliminated by the Dallas win. So they're out at 6-8 despite the win on Sunday night. The Houston Texans are still alive in the playoff race, thanks to Andre Johnson.
This play works every week, Coach.
9 catches. Again.
196 yards. Keith Nolan, Danny Amendola, everybody.
There's a tandem to watch for.
When?
In the second half.
Oh, boy. Kevin Walter and Matt Schaub connecting to take the lead that they would not relinquish. The Texans are still alive in the AFC at 7-7.
I love most, man.
Very much so.
Take any questions?
2 7-7 teams, Dolphins and Texans, facing one another in must-win territory in the place where the Super Bowl and Pro Bowl will be played this year.
Yep.
First quarter, Matt Schaub with the Texans already up 3-0 to Jacoby Jones.
This team can throw the football.
And he can run with the ball after the catch.
And then 4 plays later, the man who played his college ball in the city, the man who will be named to the Pro Bowl on our Pro Bowl selection show on Tuesday at 7 Eastern right here on NFL Network. Bust through. That would be Andre Johnson.
He's as good as they come.
Back-to-back seasons of 1,500 yards, only Marvin Harrison was the other man to do that.
Wow.
Second quarter, Schaub to Jacoby Jones. How do you get so wide open?
Now watch what he does when he gets the ball. He's also a returner coach, so you would not tackle him in open field one-on-one.
Well, I looked up when we were watching that game, midway through that, I thought it was a punt return, actually.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't know what that is.
What is that?
I don't know.
17-0 after a Brian Cushing interception. Here's Arian Foster busting through. 24-0. Dolphins need this game. They need this game. They're at home. They're at home next week, too. They're the only 7-17 team at home.
Fired up,
left.
Jason
says, let's go, let's go.
306 total yards for Houston and 107 for Miami in the first half. Second half, 27-3 is Ricky Williams, who left the game later in the drive with a shoulder injury. 11 yards to the Texans, 32. 5 plays later, it's time for the Wild Pat.
Wild Pat, all right.
Pat White to Lex Hilliard.
They've not been doing this much the last month. Bring it back.
17-point deficit now. That's your score. 2 Texans possessions later. Schaub to Chris Brown. And ball comes loose. But the play's ruled incomplete on the field. And Ron Winter, the referee,
Let's
got
look
on
at
the
1, 2, 3. How many steps do you get?
Well, he got on the PA and said that the play couldn't be reviewed because it was ruled incomplete on the field. I thought they had a popular rule that you're supposed to be able to do that. So the Texans forced a punt. Ensuing Dolphins possession is making it a 10-point game, except for the fact here's that man Ron Winter again.
No. Ron, come on.
Tripping on Lusaka Polite. Your thoughts?
Good call. You can't bring those legs up.
You got him.
So the Dolphins are forced to punt. Take those points off the board. They need them later. 27-10, still your score. Chad Henne to Ted Ginn again. This one counts.
Nice protection. Way to go up. Play tall.
33-yard gain. Michigan and Ohio State hooking up right there. 2 plays later. Henne to Devon Bess.
Back shoulder throw.
That's tough to cover.
We need to see that again.
That's tough to cover.
The corner doesn't even see it.
He's definitely emerging as a playmaker.
Yeah, he is.
3 plays later, it's Henne to Lex Hilliard. And it's a 10-point game.
All right, now we have a ball
With
game.
9 minutes to go. That's your score. 3:18 to go. Henne to Greg Camarillo.
Nice throw and catch.
4 plays later, 4th and 4. Tony Sperano's going to take the points when he can get it. Dan Carpenter from 38 yards away. It's good. Miami's out of timeout, so they have to go on sides, right, Steve? There's no other choice. That's it. 2:30 to go.
What do you think?
Go on sides. Just make sure you get the ball.
Great block.
They got the big bounce and well kicked.
No, great blocking.
Texans are now
very well.
8-7.
Good hands team.
What would their season have been if they beat the Colts?
Hoyer dropped. That's it.